Today I'm here with Ruby Scotland, financial coach with Primerica Financial Services. Ruby, what exactly is a financial coach?
Thanks for the question, Trevor. So, a financial coach is a person that you come to help you figure out what to do with your money.
Hmm.
We use money every single day. But did you get a class in high school or in college on actually how to use your money, how to manage your money?
Well, not in high
No,
school.
no, you didn't. So it's important that we know how to do it wisely. And that's what I do is help people figure out how to use their money.
Okay, that makes sense. Definitely trying to catch up. I just recently read The Psychology of Money and I actually had my son read it. I am all about things like that. What are some areas that you can help get people on track and educate them and make it interesting? Because a lot of people maybe they don't know about it and it can be something they leave to the side.
I had a client who is my perfect client. She she knew that her husband was ill and she wanted to be prepared. And so we took a look at her budget. We took a look at how she was spending money. And we figured out what was going to happen when her husband departed and his income would leave. And so we created a budget for her to understand how to be able to do everything that she wanted to do and still be able to save. And when he eventually passed away, she did not have financial hardship. That's a great client. And she was only able to do that because she asked for help and we were able to figure it out together. That is what a financial coach does is help you figure out those details.
Wow, and that's one type of client, and I think that's what a lot of people think of when they think about financial professionals. But who are other people that you really love to help?
I really like working with young people who are just starting out. So they want to be able to spend money and enjoy their lives. And I'm all about that. But I want to make sure that we're also saving some of that money for the future. When you are young, you have lots of time for your money to grow, right? For the interest to grow. You don't have to put aside as much because over time, that compound interest is going to pay off. So when a young person who's just starting their career comes to me, I am excited because I know that in the end, that person is going to retire wealthy. The person in the middle, so they're married, they've got kids, they're trying to make ends meet. Even that kind of person can set aside money for their future. I believe that every person should have proof at the end of their career that they worked really hard, right? There should be a pile of money waiting for you when you go to retire. And how big that pile is depends on how much you were able to squirrel away and how much interest was able to grow on that money. So I think that every kind of person, whether you're just starting out in your career, you're in the middle with your young family, or you're getting close to, or you are in retirement, every kind of person can benefit from having two more eyes take a look at that money, figure out how to tweak your situation to maximize the money.
And there's a lot of accounts, a lot of types of accounts that people can use to grow their cash instead of
Yes.
keeping it in cash,
Yes.
which I think a lot of people know now the horrors that are inflation. So
Yes.
can you tell us a little bit about what are some of these accounts? How can people take advantage of them?
Yeah. So if you're working in corporate America, you probably are participating in a 401k. Please, if you have a 401k option available to you, take advantage of that. At the very least, put in up to the match that the company gives you. So that's one. But even if you have a 401k, you can also invest in an IRA, an individual retirement account. And if you're under the age of 50, you can put in up to this year, you can put up into $7,400. If you're at 50 or over, you can put in $8,400. And that allows you to squirrel away a little bit extra for yourself. And you can do it tax free or you can do it taxable. If you are self-employed, so let's say you have a job, but you have a side hustle, and that side hustle is earning you money, you might want to consider putting together a SEP IRA. And that IRA allows you to put in more money to set aside for yourself. If you are a small business owner and you've got a company that has under 25 people, you can set up a simple IRA that will allow you to tell your people, yes, I offer benefits and I have a simple IRA for you. The employee can put aside money for himself, and then you, as the employer, put money into the pot for that employee. And there are some nuances to that I won't go into, but you can help your employees prepare for their futures. And to me, when you have a simple IRA, it means that you are retaining your people, right? Because you're rewarding them for working for you. So that's a great retention tool. It fosters loyalty to the company, and it makes you competitive. When you're looking at other places where your employees could go, you are competitive because you've got a financial plan or a benefits plan that you can offer to your staff. And then if your company is doing really well, then you can offer a 401k for your employees. And the benefit of both the simple IRA and the 401k is that you, as the employer, can set aside even more money for yourself.
Mm.
So it's a great way for you, as an employer, to set aside money for yourself and at higher rates, that's either tax-free or tax deductible. And they're a way for you to offer benefits to your team. So lots of ways for you to save money. And the other thing that I want you to know is that when people come to me, I give them a complimentary financial needs analysis where we go through their finances as it currently stands. And that is an eye-opening experience for a lot of clients. They're like, I'm sorry, I'm paying how much in interest rate on my credit cards? They don't even know that. And so this process of going through your finances, all of your finances, is an awakening.
Yeah.
And it just that exercise creates change in the client. And so um, I give them a report at the end, let them know what I think they should do. And then if they choose to work with me, we will start implementing that plan so that in the long run, they've got money waiting for them when they're ready to retire. It's all about having a plan. It's all about having somebody to help you and knowing that, you know what, there is no magic to money, but there is consistency that's required in order to make sure that you're going to end up well.
Yes. Wow. There's a lot that goes into it. And a lot of people don't know because they weren't educated or they weren't provided that education.
That's right.
Um, can you tell me a little bit about some of the plans personally that people can use, especially those middle area? They have kids and they're thinking education or they're trying to save for them, right? There are some new things that opened just this year, types of accounts where things can grow tax free or tax deferred. Can you tell me about those types of
Yes,
plans?
sure. So every parent can do a lot of things for their kids. They can open a simple, I'm sorry, they can open the new Trump account
Hmm.
that allows you to set aside money for your child. And the government will put in $1,000 for children that were born between 2025 and 2028. Um, that's one kind of plan. You can, if you have a business and your child works for your business, regardless of their age, so you hire them to sweep up or you hire them to do something within your company, and that child is earning income, you can open up an IRA for that child, a custodian IRA where you are the custodian and the child is the beneficiary. You can open up an education plans for them. So whether it's a 529 plan, there are lots of other plans that you can set up for your kids. But I want you to remember this. I always ask my families to make sure that they've got an emergency fund because emergencies happen, right? The refrigerator goes out, the tires need to be replaced on the car, something happens, right? So I want my families to have an emergency fund. The next thing I want them to do is figure out how they're going to retire and then go for education. And the reason I do it in that order is because there is no scholarship for retirement. Your kids might be able to earn a scholarship, but you are not going to get a scholarship for retirement. So I want you to plan on your retirement and then plan for the kids.
Well, Ruby, it's been a great conversation. Thanks for coming in.
Thank
How
you.
can people find you?
You can find me at my email address is rscotland@primerica.com, and I'm on the internet as well.
Awesome. Thank you, Ruby.